And watch what happens here. So the coach just grabs her. You can't just grab a player. Like, I'm sorry, you can't just, the player's walking back, you can't just grab a player. Backroom staff. I'm not a fan of what they're trying to do to Caitlin Clark. And I fully believe they're trying to diminish, they're trying to dim the flame of Caitlin. And they're trying to make her fit in to what the WNBA used to be, rather than fit out and be her. I mean that. Like, that is my opinion, and there's no question about that.
We have officially reached that point.
The Indiana Fever don't want Caitlin to be Caitlin.
Did we seriously just witness a WNBA coach yank their star player mid-celebration like she was breakdancing in church? Because that's exactly what it looked like when leaked footage showed an Indiana Fever assistant coach grabbing Caitlin Clark during what should have been a highlight reel moment. The crowd was electric. Clark had just drained a disrespectful step back three, and the building was on fire in a good way. But right as she turns to hype up the fans, boom, she gets pulled aside like she violated dress code at a private school. And fans, they did not take that lightly. Social media erupted faster than a Gatorade cooler during a playoff upset. Outrage, memes, slow-mo breakdowns, you name it. But this wasn't just some sideline drama. This moment became the boiling point for something much bigger, how the Fever have been handling their franchise superstar all season long. Because when you grab a player mid-glory, you're not just killing the vibe, you're sending a message, and that message hit way harder than it should have. If this moment made you flinch harder than a ref dodging a technical foul, smash that like button like you're swatting that coach's hand away. Seriously, your support helps us keep calling out the chaos. So let's rewind and break this down. It's 2025. The Indiana Fever are steamrolling the Connecticut Sun by 20, and Caitlin Clark is out there doing what she does best, lighting up the scoreboard and energizing the crowd like a human power plant. She nails a filthy step back three, jogs back with swagger, and starts hyping the fans like she's the mayor of Indianapolis. Then, out of nowhere, here comes one of the Fever coaches, chasing her down like she just shoplifted the game ball. He reaches out and grabs her arm. Not a good job, Kid Pat. We're talking a full-blown grip and redirect like he's trying to stop her from moonwalking off the court. Fans watching were like, wait, did that just happen? And the internet said, yup. Rewind that. Within hours, it's viral. Tweets, memes, hot takes, it all pours in. And the tone is universal. You do not grab your star player like that, especially when she's giving the fans exactly what they paid to see. Clark's face told the whole story. She went from beaming with adrenaline to what the heck just happened in less than a second. That moment hit her like a gut punch, and it wasn't just physical. You could literally watch the energy drain from her in real time. The fire she was playing with snuffed out. After that, she didn't go back in the game. No more smiles, no more crowd hyping, and for fans who've been following her every move, that shift was loud and clear. From that game forward, Clark started playing like someone walking on eggshells instead of stomping through highlight reels. Her body language changed, her joy muffled. It was like she got told to stay in her lane when the whole point of her game is that she doesn't have one. It leaves you wondering, is this what the Fever want? A silent superstar? A flat line where there used to be fireworks? And now I gotta ask you, should players be allowed to express themselves freely in moments like that? Or should they tone it down to fit some imaginary mold? Let me know in the comments. Or if you think Clark should keep hyping the crowd without needing permission slips, drop free CC below and let the Fever feel the heat. Now here's where things really start to sting like week old gym socks. That grab wasn't some random emotional overreaction. It was just the latest brick in a wall. The Fever have been quietly building all season long. A wall between Caitlin Clark and the version of herself that fans love. From the moment she stepped into the WNBA, Clark's been electric, dropping dimes, trash-talking vets, and pumping life into every arena she steps into. But instead of celebrating that, the Fever have been trying to sand her down like a jagged piece of furniture they're scared to display. She gets benched during blowouts, her minutes get cut after big games, and don't even start on the passive-aggressive team discipline speeches from coaches. One game she's hyping the crowd, and the next she's playing like someone told her fun was a flagrant foul. Fans aren't blind, they've been piecing it together, and now that the grab has gone viral, the pattern is impossible to ignore. This isn't about strategy, it's about control, and they've been dialing her volume down one click at a time. The Indiana Fever seem to have this fantasy version of Caitlin Clark in their heads, a player who drains logo threes, smiles politely, and never makes waves. Basically a basketball robot with a marketing degree. but that's not who she is. And more importantly, that's not who the fans want. Clark thrives on emotion. She talks her talk, hypes the crowd, and brings a gritty edge that turns regular games into main events. She's not trying to be perfect, she's trying to be legendary. Yet insiders say the Fever front office wants to sanitize her image like she's a press release instead of a person. Reportedly, she's been told to cut out the flashy passes, tone down the crowd interaction, and stop acting like, well, Caitlin Clark. It's like asking Steph Curry to stop smiling or telling Allen Iverson to wear a polo. You can't mute charisma without muting the magic. And the worst part? These changes aren't making her play worse, but they are making her feel less like herself. That's a dangerous trade-off, because when a star loses her spark, the whole league feels it. If the Fever thought they could quietly tweak Caitlin Clark into their corporate-friendly prototype, they clearly underestimated just how loud her fan base can get. Because after that viral grab, the internet didn't just react, it revolted. Let Clark be Clark exploded across platforms like a protest chant with Wi-Fi. Billboards started popping up in Indianapolis reading "Free Caitlin," and at games, fans chanted it every time the coach stood up. One kid held a sign that said, "Stop grabbing Caitlin," equal parts adorable and savage. The memes, ruthless. The signs, legendary. And the message, crystal clear. You don't dim a star just because it burns too bright for your taste. What started as a single awkward sideline moment has now snowballed into a grassroots rebellion. Social media is a war zone of fans roasting the coaching staff and begging Clark to either speak up or get traded. They're not just angry, they're organized. And every time the Fever try to steer the narrative back to team discipline, fans throw up screenshots, clips, and stats like receipts at a returns counter. Bottom line, this isn't going away, it's growing. Let's be real, this isn't just an Indiana Fever issue, it's a WNBA-wide identity crisis, wearing a name tag that says, "Hello, I'm outdated." While the NBA lets its stars build empires, craft narratives, and express every bit of personality. Hello LeBron, Steph, Ja, the WNBA still seems scared of letting its talent breathe. Caitlin Clark is a once-in-a-generation player, the kind of name that fills seats and spikes ratings. In fact, a 2025 Nielsen report showed ticket sales up 40% in cities where she plays, even on the road. That's not hype, that's history. And yet here she is, getting benched for waving to the crowd and told to dial back the very energy that made her a phenomenon in the first place. Why? Because someone at the top is clinging to a dusty rulebook from the 90s. Fans don't want basketball robots. They want fire, edge, personality. Clark brings that in buckets, but the Fever keep trying to hand her a mop. And if the league isn't careful, this moment won't just define the Fever, it'll define what's holding the entire WNBA back. So here we are, one viral clip, one ridiculous sideline grab, an entire fan base ready to burn it all down. What started as Caitlin Clark hyping the crowd turned into a full-blown firestorm that exposed just how messy things are behind the scenes in Indiana. The grab wasn't just awkward, it was symbolic. A coach physically reeling in his star player while the franchise tries to do the same metaphorically every single game. And through it all, Clark keeps balling. She's still dropping 30, still changing the game, still packing arenas. But anyone watching closely can see it. She's holding back. Whether it's coaching pressure or front office paranoia, the Fever are squeezing the soul out of their brightest star. And fans, they're done playing nice. They've got the hashtags, the signs, the memes, and the receipts. Now the question is, will the Fever finally wise up and let Caitlin be Caitlin, or will they keep fumbling the bag like they've been doing all season? If you're on Team Let Her Cook, go ahead and hit that like button before Fever management benches this video too. Drop your thoughts in the comments and smash that subscribe button like you're blocking a coach from another bad timeout. We've got more fire coming, and trust this drama ain't cooling down anytime soon.